Hi everybody, Guillaume here for Thomas Guitars and Basses at NAMM 2026. We're at the DSM Humboldt booth with Dan himself. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I know,
Pretty excited.
yeah, I can imagine. So this flew off the shelf when it came out. I know it's not new, so a couple of weeks old now. I think, right, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since it's been out?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
So we didn't even get a chance to talk to you guys about the Dumblifier. So now that it's here and we have the main man himself, with just a quick run through of what it does, a bit of playing, and yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the idea behind it? How does it work? What does it do?
Yeah. Well, the idea behind it was it was a very inspired product. We were working on other things. I wanted to produce something more of a standard amp, and suddenly in the half of the year, it was like, what are we doing? We need to make a Dumble, man. It's like, yeah, I want to know how it works. I want to know how it sounds. I want to know everything about it because I was fascinated with every record. Well, what's the fuss all about, and want to find out. So I started investigating and researching everything about the amps, about the Howard Dumble, about listening to all the records, seeing all the schematics and information and the science about that. And of course, we had to try a few real Dumbles. So we tried a couple in Japan and in the States. And what we figured out is what was the Dumble about. It's about the dynamics of it.
Yeah.
It's not because if you take the dynamics away, it's just it's like a hot rodded fender. That's it. He used to just take fenders and make mods. So, but once you play one, real one, no, not even so loud. That's it. It just
Loud enough.
power. Okay, the feeling of it was super special, like different to everything we would try. So
Right, so this is an amalgamation, this is the feeling of a Dumble. It's
Yeah.
not based on a specific model, right?
it's based like 80% is like the 103, the Robert Ford one. That is the most documented one. But I also started investigating all the different. There are different ones. The the steel string singer and the Dumble land and everything. So it's amalgamation, yes, but it's mostly that 70s ODS in the core. But for example, in the 70s, for the ODS, the Celestion speakers are more used because they have more distortion. But we added the electro voice speakers because the steel string singers they have brighter cleaners, like it's really open. So we have to have all the options so you can have the most of it, like to have the Dumble experience, to know that all the range of it. And at the end, of course, it's at the hands of the designer. That's like, I would like to have a little more of this, a little more of that.
You have to be able to infuse a little bit of you into it as well.
The DNA of the DSM and Humboldt is there. So it's basically the amp stock, you know. You have all the controls, the 3-band tone stack, the switches for shaping the preamp response, the 2 channels, the drive and the clean. They are cascaded, so it's really interesting how you have control of every gain stage. So it's very interesting how if you have the first stage saturated, or you leave it clean and saturate with the second stage, and the ratio is the level of the drive. Okay, it's thought to balance the clean and the distortion channel. But if you go above noon, you start saturating the internal power amp simulation that we did. Okay, so above noon you start getting another texture, and you start feeling the compression of the power amp sagging. And the master is just more or less, so you can adjust. The presence is really exaggerated, so you can use it with amplifiers if you want to use this as a pedal. Okay, so if you go into a PA, you have a different response. If you go into the input of a NAMM, you need to cut a lot of highs, and if you want to go to the return of an amp and use a power up, you need to boost a lot of highs back. So yeah, the presence is designed to compensate for all of that.
And it's based on the same kind of fully analog architecture that you'll have in the Simplifier series.
Yes,
And
everything is analog, like old 70s, 80s technology, except from the reverb that, of course, is a digital chip but it's side changed, so no DA, AD
that's
on the final sound. Yeah, and you can select the reverb types. You have 3 reverb types. It's like thinking about the Simplifier NK2 platform with a Dumble above it, yeah, with the channel switching of the X.
Right.
So the best of all the worlds that we mix it up.
and just a killer look, like the wood on the side, like the band. It's
I
all
spent a lot of time trying to make it look really Dumble-less, because Dumbles look there's all the way. Of course, the dubs are as a staple. The Dumble original doubles are different, but this look like just like that. And the wooden sides that this is really a touch of I don't know, class and the art the art that comes with it. You know, they're handmade. My hands are all destroyed by sanding hundreds and hundreds. Like, okay, you have to sand 500 sides in 5 days. It's like
well, I appreciate the effort. It looks beautiful. It's really well done. Thank you for your time, for running us through it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out the link below for all the specs, for the pricing, for all of that, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, man.
Thank you.